What up, what up, what up, y'all? It's yours truly. I'm the one and only. It's Mr. Telepharaoh. Some call me Pharaoh. Some call me Hoops Pharaoh. Some of my friends call me Alfred. Some call me AT. Call me crazy, as long as you call it. What up, y'all? I have been saying I was going to do this for quite some time, but I'm finally going to take the time out and do a series that has been on my mind for a while now. So the name of this series is entitled The NBA is Broke. Here's how Pharaoh will fix it. So we'll probably just go with The NBA is Broke for sure, right? This is a series dedicated to something that I love dearly. For those who don't know, I have been, I think, one of the 20, 30 most elite music journalists to grace platforms like YouTube and Facebook over the last 8, 9, 10 years. I've teetered with great mainstream success. I've been right there at the cusp of it, been able to eclipse hundreds of thousands of subscribers and followers on different platforms. I never feel like I got over the hump, though, if I'm being completely real. My passion, though, is not music journalism. That's just an open field. What I really love and what I've been doing all the time, I never stop, is being a sports enthusiast and journalist, right? So for those who don't know, I've been in partnership with the NBA /BBTV/RE for 5 years. That partnership just ended, so I'm not in partnership now, but I had been in partnership with the NBA for copyright for years, for those who don't know. So I've been able to post NBA highlights on a channel called Hoops Pharaoh for years. I love basketball. I love all sports, but I really love basketball. I went to the University of Tennessee where I covered sports. Pretty much every athletic they had, I covered it in some capacity. And I was doing it at 18, 19, 20, 21. I went to Sports Center. I went to ESPN in Bristol, and I worked for Sports Center for a short period of time as well. So my background is in sports journalism. I could have easily took the route of going to bumfuck Tennessee, bumfuck Mississippi, wherever, and work my way through the grounds of a sports reporter. I just knew the way of the internet, and I saw more money and more success and longevity in digital. So I stayed in digital. Some will say it was the right move. Some will say it was the wrong move. It's a debate that'll go on forever. With that being said, I love what I love. I love the NBA. I watch the NBA dearly. But I got to admit to y'all something. This game that I love is not the same game that I used to love 5 years ago. Definitely not the same game that I used to love 10 years ago. There is a growing sentiment around basketball fans that I respect, their acumen. This game is declining, and I'm not just talking about numerically. I'm talking about barbershop talk, meaning you go to get your hair cut 4 times a month. Usually I go 4 or 5 times a month because I'm on camera every week. Some people go twice a month, once a month, whenever you go get your hair cut. Okay, what are you talking about in the barbershop? I remember there used to be a time where, yes, football is still football, but after December, when a lot of people's favorite teams were eliminated from postseason contention, I mean, it's basketball time. Around Christmas Day is when the NBA really gets underway. We're about to hit Christmas in a couple of weeks' time as I make this video, and I guarantee you after the holidays, your barbershop will not be basketball-centric. And that is a dynamic that has changed over the last, I would say, probably 6, 7 years. I would say the NBA peaked in interest, in my opinion, probably around LeBron and the Cavs coming back from 3-1 against the Warriors. Because then, remember, right after that, Kevin Durant goes to Golden State. The interest was really good. But then from there, it's like, all right, y'all going to do this forever? And then the Kawhi thing happens. And then kind of from there, the ratings and the interest to me never peaked. Obviously, we run into the pandemic that had the Lakers win a championship, but the ratings were a crap show because they were in the bubble, which I don't hold that against Lakers, LeBron, or the NBA, right? That's unfair. Everybody's life was affected by the pandemic, right? So I don't want to hold that against, but the reality is, since the pandemic, the NFL has figured out their post-Kaepernick approach, right? Remember, they had some rating issues around Colin Kaepernick and the kneeling years. They have figured it out. NFL business is through the roof. Okay, the NBA's business, not as much. I'm looking at ratings for these games, and they're not great. I'm looking at a lot of the young stars of the league, and I like a lot of them, but a lot of them don't play. And I'm looking at what the NBA is still relying on from a business format, and it's the same old, same old. So what we're going to be doing in this series is discussing how would you fix the game of basketball. That's what we're going to be doing for the next, I'll probably dedicate 10 to 15 episodes, probably 10-minute segments. I'm not going to spend a significant amount of time doing it, but I do think it's something that people should venture and listen. For any NBA executives or personnel that follow any of my channels, if you're watching any of this, you can look at this and say, bruh, shut up, dude. Who are you? If you want to, but I would explain to you who the hell I am. I'm somebody that's deeply in love with basketball. I'm married. I'm 30 years of age, y'all, for those who are unfamiliar with me. You want to know what pisses me off more than anything? And I know a lot of people that are in serious relationships and married people, y'all can relate to what your boy's saying right now. Anybody could make a mistake. And I'd be like, whatever. When my wife makes a mistake, it cuts deeper because you feel like y'all won, right? Like when my wife makes the same mistake that somebody else in my life can make, it just hits a little differently because I love it, because I love her. I love the NBA. And I think it's up to the NBA to realize that you got fans like Pharaoh that are not speaking out of malice. You don't want to see the NBA decline. I just told y'all, I had a copyright partnership with the NBA for years. The only reason why I don't have it anymore is because the NBA is figuring out what they want to do with the content creators. It's the reason why Chris Smooth no longer posts content, why I'm doing highlights mightily, right? Just reactions. But the partnership me and Chris Smooth used to have, it's no longer a thing because the NBA is about to do a new TV deal, and that all that stuff is up for grabs. The third-party company that we were doing this with, the business started to get a little shady and rocky. So you can look at these next 10, 15 episodes, NBA fans, NBA execs, personnel, and think I'm just a random dude talking. Or you could realize, no, this dude sees it. And I think all my smart fans know exactly what I'm talking about. In the next 10 to 15 episodes, we are going to talk about the growing, and like it's crazy that we're even here, but the NBA still relies too much on LeBron, Steph, and KD. We're going to talk about the lack of young stars playing, like Zion, like Ja Morant. I'm sorry, I got to put about it. We're going to talk about the stars that should have the league in their hands right now, dropping the ball, like a Kawhi Leonard. We're going to talk about older stars that are no longer the focal points of their teams, but they're still carrying more weight than a lot of the younger stars, like a Russell Westbrook. We're going to talk about rule changes that we believe the NBA should implement to save this sport. Because what I'm telling y'all is, when I'm in these barbershops, when I'm talking to sports fans all over the world, everybody in my life knows I love sports. I'm a Lakers fan, a diehard. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, diehard. And everybody knows I love my Tennessee Volunteers. Is where I went to college at. Everybody knows that about me. So people hit me up all day and night when any of my teams lose. Period. Everybody in my life knows that. What I'm telling you is this. College football and its playoff, and I'm probably a little biased because my Tennessee Vols are actually in the playoffs. Usually by now, I'm done with the college football season. My Vols are already eliminated from the then 14 playoff. But don't look now. College football did a thing. And you mix in this transfer portal and NIL and I allow this playoff. Okay, the college football season has now went from a season that pretty much ended around Thanksgiving, obviously before bowl season, right? But nobody really cares about bowl season unless your team's in the playoff, right? It's not something that you got to make time to watch. College football is now a sport that's going to go past December for a lot of teams. And now you got about 6 to 8 teams that'll give a damn about college football in January. So college football is extended a month. Look at what the NFL is doing. Christmas Day, Beyonce will be performing in her hometown of Houston, Texas, for Lamar Jackson versus C.J. Stroud. Ravens, Texas, both teams that need to win a couple games down the stretch to make the postseason. You got Beyonce for the first time on Netflix. They're snatching They're snatching the NBA's day. And it's on a Wednesday. It ain't even like it's on a Sunday this year or a Monday night. This is a Wednesday. The NFL saying, we took some. We got a trick. Don't trust me, dog. This Roger Goodell shit. That's what he's doing right now. So, yeah. But what I'm saying is there's a shift right now. And I feel it when I'm out talking sports with everybody. The NBA is losing interest. Those storylines. I don't think people think LeBron's really going to get to ring 5. Steph seems like he's got a small chance, but not a big chance. Do you really care if Tatum and the Celtics win back-to-back championships if Giannis gets to 2? I don't think there's a feeling right now that any active great player, and we got a lot of great players, I don't think there's a feeling that any of these guys are going to get to 3 rings in this generation. I don't. And that's a problem because the NBA has historically been on the backs of the Larrys, the Magics, the Michaels, the Kobe Shaqs, the LeBrons. All those guys got past 3-4 championships. Yeah, let me know y'all. Let me know your thoughts, man. I'm excited to do this. Let me know what you want to highlight more. We're going to break it all down. But this is a new series that I'm starting. Again, it's entitled The NBA is Broke, How Pharaoh Would Fix It. And I have a lot of different ways I'm going to hit this thing, and I think it's going to be something that any NBA enthusiast should watch, including NBA circles, because we're going to highlight some things. All right, let me know what y'all think. Right now, drop it in the comment section. What do you think's wrong with the NBA right now? Or if you think nothing's wrong and you want Pharaoh to shut up, comment Pharaoh shut up. This series will be exclusive to the Hoops Pharaoh YouTube channel. Okay? Every episode will be there, Hoops Pharaoh on YouTube, but we may post some videos on different platforms just to kind of promote it a little bit, all right? Thank y'all so much. Time, love, and support. This was your boy, Never Take for Granted. I'm actually getting over a cold. I'm excited to see what this series does. I'm out.